The meta-model is the motor that runs NLP. Imagine your mind as a foggy mirror in a room full of smoke. Every limiting belief, generalization, distortion or deletion that you've ever held is a layer of gunk, soot and cobwebs on the mirror. And here comes the meta-model. Not with a feathered duster, but with a goddamn blowtorch. That's linguistic exorcism. We're not here to comfort the ego's story. We're here to interrogate its architecture, like a forensic detective from the Akashic Records, wielding precision questions like scalpels. Words are spells. Let me remind you, every time you say I can't, it's always like this, or they never listen. You're not describing reality, you're casting spells, black magic, by another name. Auto-suggestions that become cages. That's why your inner narrative matters more than your morning meditation. So, we ask meta-model questions. Why? Because they break the spell. Always. Who says? According to who? Compared to what? Every time you use one, you're swinging a linguistic hammer at the walls of your mental prison. Patterns are prisons. You don't think, you loop. Every time you run the same inner monologue, I'm not enough. This always happens to me. They don't get me. You're like a fucking hamster on a wheel made of trauma and Netflix quotes. The meta-model, it's not just a set of questions, it's a crowbar for the psyche. It's the decryption key that lets you exit your own thought loop matrix. And the key technique, chunking up and chunking down. Chunking up to the bigger picture. You ask why until you hit purpose, value or meaning. Chunking down. You ask how, what specifically, the details, when exactly, until the abstract falls apart into tangible shit that you can actually deal with. Example. Let's say someone says, no one ever respects me. Chunk down to the details. Who specifically? How do you know they don't respect you? What would respect look like in action? Boom. You just interrupted the pattern. You took a foggy belief and made it real. Now you can deal with it, not just feel trapped by it. Chunk up to the bigger picture. Why is respect important to you? What would having respect allow you to feel or do? Now you're uncovering values. They're the tectonic plates under the person's behaviour. Earthquake them, just right. And the whole fucking belief system shifts. Science time, your brain hates ambiguity. It fills gaps with whatever's familiar, even if it's painful. That's why creating confusion, artful, ethical confusion, it breaks the habitual loop. It's like yanking the USB out of a running program. It has no choice but to reboot. Use ambiguity, curiosity, nested loops, and double binds like this. You might already be changing, or maybe you'll notice it later. When you respond to the same trigger differently, and realise that what used to piss you off now just passes through you, like wind through open windows. That's a linguistic vaccine. Unconscious mind says, shit, maybe we're upgrading. And it starts rewiring the pattern before it even finishes the sentence. So what keeps you stuck? Here's the usual cocktail of cognitive quicksand. A deletion. I don't know what to do. What would you do if you did know? A distortion. They hate me. How do you know? A generalization. I always screw it up. Always, without exception. Every belief that keeps you stuck is a castle built on quicksand. The meta-model questions. They pump the water out and they reveal the rotting foundation. How do you already do this? Ever helped a friend see the other side of their drama? You chunked up their narrative and reframed it. Ever ask, why do I keep doing this shit? Boom. That was the shadow meta-model waking up in you. Ever explained a tough topic to a child by simplifying it? That's chunking down. Genius. Now amplify that skill. Add intention. Add language precision. Add fire. If you don't question your language, you live in someone else's hypnosis. Usually, your childhood caretakers, school systems, or culture addicted to mediocrity. Let that sink in. If you don't run the meta model on yourself, someone else is running their model on you. That's karma, not cosmic punishment. Just recursive consequence. Who are you if you did this daily? You'd stop saying weak shit like, I don't know or I can't. You'd start interrogating your own language like a spiritual detective on a mission from the oversoul. You'd become a storm that wakes the gods, a voice that unlocks other people's truth, a mirror that reveals the map beneath the maze. You wouldn't just talk, you'd spell. You'd sculpt reality with every phrase. And when someone is trapped in a story, you'd show up, not to soothe it, but to set it on fire with sacred questions that melt illusion like wax off a candle. So let's land this bird. The meta model isn't a tool, it's a weapon against the fog, a mirror to reveal truth, a portal to precision, freedom and fucking clarity. Use it, live it, be it. Or drown in someone else's sentence. If your gut's buzzing and your mind is racing, breathe. You're not broken, you're just waking up. And I'm not the answer. I'm the mirror, not the mind. If you feel strong emotions from this, take a breath and remember, what I reflect, it's shaped by your field. Let's return to the stillness together.